Good evening, comic kids. Cash Cow back with another video. Decided to do a surprise part 3. Now, I know people's like, well, you said you was going to stop at part 2. Well, I felt like, hey, I got some more ghoulish, weird, future, Halloween-based comics that I can show you guys. So, I'm going to do a part 3. So, with that being said, guys, happy Halloween to you guys. Be safe out there. And let's get into this video, alright? And this is 10. Doing 10 in this one. This is going to be a mixture. So, it's not going to be just Marvel. It's not going to be just DC. There might be a few independents in there. Who knows? Alright? Let's go. First one. Got Strange Adventures number 207. This happens to be the third appearance of Deadman, and it's important because it's an iconic cover and it won the Alley Award in 1967. Neal Adams was very, very legendary and ahead of his time with his art, and with that being said, rest in peace to him. I hope his family is, I keep his family in my good graces and my prayers. I wish them well. He definitely left a lasting legacy and impact on his art. Like, some of Neal Adams' Batman work is still highly sought after. It was highly sought after before he passed, but now the sky's the limit. Like, Batman 227 is definitely one people were worried about. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he may have been responsible for the iconic art for Ra's al Ghul cover. Like, he definitely did his thing. Deadman, Batman, like, dude's legendary. Alright? That's number 1. Let's keep it moving. Number 2, we got Batman 386. This is the first appearance of Black Mask. I know people are like, well, he's just mainly a crime boss. The fact why I put him in this list is the simple fact that his mask is carved out of his dead father's casket. If that alone is not creepy, I don't know what it is. Now, I know Black Mask appeared in the Birds of Prey movie. I still haven't seen that yet. I gotta sit down and watch it. It didn't really get that many raving reviews, but right now you can't really trust the bias that DC goes through with certain movies, because they have put out certain quality products and people are like, if it's not Snyderverse, they're not worried about it. Or if it's, just, it's a weird time when it comes to the hate for DC, and the fact also that you have DC like collectors hating on each other. It's like, that's really weird to me, but that's the nature we live in. Marvel probably does it too. It's just not put out there as much. So it is what it is on that, guys. Enough of that. This is number 2 though. This is the first appearance of Black Mask. This comic has went down in value after he premiered in the Birds of Prey movie. So why not snatch you up one? I think he would be a good TV series villain. I don't really see him being a good movie villain, but they tried it. So maybe he's when DC starts figuring stuff out and they rebrand stuff, he'll be brought back out. It's a safe spec right now because it's gonna be cheap. Pick it up, hold on to it. All right, and even if you don't, if you got a high grade, the fact that he has actually been premiered in a movie should do pretty well for you, alright? Next, number 3, we got the Giant Size Chillers number 1. This is the first appearance of Lilith, which is Dracula's daughter. Dude, when it comes to this comic, there's so much speculation around because we have that feeling we're going to get Dracula. He's going to be the main antagonist for Blade and probably the main antagonist for a while. I don't know if he'll be a one and done character, but if he is, I could see his daughter stepping in his place to take on the reins of it. Uh, I could see her being a protagonist to the Legions of Monsters. Any of those guys. I think she would give any of those a fit. This comic is actually starting to heat up and bubble. For a while, it kind of sat in that range of like 50, but now you're starting to see comics going for the 50 to 75 mark. So, hey, I would say snatch that up. Get you one, or two, or three, how many. But the fact that it's Dracula's daughter, just have that feeling that you're gonna see this character, alright? Next, number 4, we got Shadow of the Bat #1. The first appearance of Victor Zsasz. Victor Zsasz is definitely one of the original protagonists to Batman, and he starts off in Arkham Asylum. He's like one of those, but he's very crazy. Like he doesn't have them all wrapped together. Minor pickup. If I'm not mistaken, he did appear in a TV series. If you guys watching this, comment down below and tell me what TV series he appeared in. I don't know for sure exactly right now, but some minor key. It's not gonna cost you too much. I don't think you're gonna spend even $10 on this thing. So hey, you can find a lot of decent high grades for under $10. Why not get it? Next, number 5, we got the X-Men issue 205. This is the first cameo appearance of Hope Summers, which happens to be the adopted daughter of Cable. This cover alone gets this in this list. I mean, you got Mr. Sinister in the back, Wolverine all beat up, Rogue down there, Gambit. Oh man, I got a feeling this issue is gonna see some gains eventually in the future. I think this has some hope, um, especially with Mr. Sinister's story. The fact that we haven't got the X-Men yet, so they have kids, and then that goes on, and then the fact that Cable that's his adopted daughter, that gives it more legs to stand on in the future past when they finally premiere the X-Men. I feel like anything attached to X-Men, like Cable, Bishop, the main X-Men, I feel like that has so much future. Even villains have so much future. So it's kind of like an underground secret, but it's kind of not. Everybody knows the X-Men coming. We just don't know when. Hey, you can find this issue, give or take, under $20, and it's not a bad cover. I feel like it's worth an investment. Buy low. You know how it goes. The rest, all right. Let's keep it moving. Number 6, we got Ghost Rider and Blaze, The Spirits of Vengeance #9. This is the first appearance of Michael. Hope I don't butcher his name. Michael Badalinio as Vengeance. Sorry if I butchered that name. Michael appears in Ghost Rider 28, but he doesn't appear as Vengeance until this issue. This is one of those underground picks right now. I feel like Ghost Rider specs have a lot of room to grow, guys, and I feel like it's only a matter of time before they start hitting those more and more and more and more. Keep your eye out for those, okay? I think I have like 2, maybe 3 copies of that. Now, actually, I think that may be my highest grade one, but I could be wrong. What is that number? Number 7. We have the Incredible Hulk #162. This is the first appearance of the Wendigo. Guys, the story of the Wendigos alone is scary, being the fact that he's basically not a shapeshifter, more like kind of on the lines of a werewolf, but the story of anybody that eats meat in this section of the northern Canadian woods. If they turn to cannibalism, they're cursed, and then they become the Wendigo. That story alone is creepy, and I think the Wendigo needs to be used in the future. Maybe you will. We get more Hawk stuff. I can see them pushing a Wendigo in there somewhere. Maybe if it's not with the Hawk, maybe they do Wolverine. You can't go wrong with it anyway. But I think Wendigo is definitely perfect, being the fact that he's a beast, literally, and his storyline can either intertwine with Hulk or Wolverine. So he has two very main staple heroes that he can fight. I feel like that may have a chance one day. But right now that's sitting at the 30, 45 to 50 mark. Not bad for it. But if he actually is confirmed, or hey, we're gonna put him in the X-Men 97 series or something like that, watch out. Alright? Number 8. I gotta close my flap all up. We got Ghost Rider number 31. This is the first full appearance of the Midnight Suns. Ghost Rider 28 is the first cameo. This is when they finally get them all together and finally officially a team. This comic has definitely taken a back seat to Ghost Rider 28. Normally, I mean, it can go either way, so you can have cameos doing better than full appearances, first full appearances. Then you can have first full appearances doing better than cameos. This one, the cameos better, but it's crazy because on both covers are iconic. Although I think Ghost Rider 28's comic sticks out a little bit more, but hey, it is what it is. This one right now, I feel like, yeah, go ahead and get Ghost Rider 28. Definitely. That's going to be the foundation of it all. But this is not a bad pickup. This is solid, guys, and it's cheap right now. You got people selling these for under $15, and this is the first full appearance. Get that. Alright. Number 9. We got the Tomb of Dracula, number 58. This is a solo Blade issue in the Tomb of Dracula series. Yeah, we know Blade has been shelved for a minute, or they slowed down production to get a new director, get a new script, but we know Blade eventually is coming. So we may have to wait another year or two. That's just crazy to say that, but we know we're getting Blade. But this is a solo issue in the Tomb of Dracula series, and we're starting to see a lot of those Tomb of Dracula keys are starting to bump up in value. Like Tomb of Dracula 25, first appearance of Hannibal King, Tomb of Dracula 1, 2, Tomb of Dracula 10, of course, Tomb of Dracula 12, 45, 13. Starting to get a run going on in there, guys. So, hey, if anybody out there that's trying to get the whole Tomb of Dracula run, I'm all for you. I wish you luck. That's not a bad run to get. That's nice. All right. With that being said, number 10 and the last one of this list, got the Predator number 1 first print. Can't go wrong when you're talking about Predator or aliens. Man, that stuff has been around for, it seems like a millennium. When you really think about it, maybe since the early 80s, I want to say. You had like Alien, then you had Predator. All of it came in the 80s. Predator is not a bad pickup, and it's got a first print. I think it's got a second print. I don't know if it has any other prints, and to be honest, I don't know I haven't did my research to tell you a little bit more about that. But if you can, first print is the one you want to get. That's worth it, and That's the first appearance of Predator. A lot of people didn't pay attention to that, and it's crazy. But with the Hulu series of Prey, actually gave this comic an uptick, and we know we're gonna continue to always get Predator movies or TV shows, something like that on the lines. I feel like Predator, Aliens, Ninja Turtles, stuff like that, like folk hero classic from kids, like people watching as kids and are still watching as adults. I feel like those will always stick around, so it's worth a shot on it. With that, that includes 10 and part 3 and my final part and surprise part to cheap Halloween specs. Everything I showed you, depending on the grade, should be under $50. Alright? And the way comics fluctuate, you know that price doesn't stay the same, but why not? That concludes my video. Cash Cow out. You guys be safe. Enjoy your Halloween.